Okay, so now that we've got the image to this point, we can start to look at making the tonal ranges a lot more vibrant and further apart. As you can see, this image is quite flat. There aren't a lot of heavy blacks, and there's definitely not a lot of lights, probably only in here. So to do that, what we need to do is first create a threshold layer. Your threshold layer will be found in your Adjustments tab on the right-hand side of Photoshop CS5, and most of the other versions of Photoshop will have it in the same place. So first we create the threshold layer, and that'll create a photocopier-like effect. Next, we drag the little slider as far to the left as possible until we have no black, and then we slowly bring it back until we start to see some black forming. Once that's done, you can click I to get your eyedropper tool, as you can see there, and Control 1 will zoom right in so we can get a precise reading. Now, they aren't quite large enough, so I'm going to bring them in just a little bit darker to about there. So you want just little shapes like this one here, and we'll click away in there. Next, oh, sorry, that will create point number 1. And if you click on your info, which is along your tools on the right hand side, you'll see that it will create a point just in here, and it'll give you your red, green, and blue readings. Okay, and that tells you how dark or light it is. The higher this number, the lighter it is. Okay, so next we're going to find the light point. So we're going to drag it all the way over to there, zoom out. Now you can see there is actually a bit of information lost. If you can drag it all the way to the right and still see some uh, panels there, then you can tell it's a bit of a light blowout there. So what we're going to do, we're going to extend that a bit, and we're going to come in a little bit from the edge. It's all arbitrary, it's just where you like it to. And this is where I prefer to go, is around this point. No two images are the same. Okay, so now that we're done with that threshold layer, we're going to drag it down in your layers panel to the trash can and delete it. Now we have the 2 points. So point 1 down here, which is your dark point, and point 2, which is your light point. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Next, we're going to create a curves layer. And this curves layer is purely to get our darkest point and our lightest point. So Control 1 to zoom right in. And if we want to zoom in further than that, you can press Control plus, and that will take you into 200, 300%. Now just down here, all we're going to do is select your black eyedropper tool, make sure that's on, and click in the center of that target. And that's going to instantly get rid of a lot of those poor colors and give us a bit of contrast. Now number 2, we're going to click on with the white eyedropper. And done. So that brings it down, and that's why we change the values. These are great values for print. So where that used to be a higher value, let's just back it up one here. Yep. Now, if we hover over this and click on our information palette, you can see here that the R, the G, and the B numbers just over here will change, and they're quite high. Anything over that 250 is pretty much white. So when we click on it with the white eyedropper, you'll notice they come out and they all flatten down to 242, 242, 242, 242, and that's where they need to be. All right. Now, if we go out, we can zoom right out, and we can tell with that one curves layer, we've already made quite a difference to the image. Now, I don't know whether you're going to see that, but we've got a lot more mood. We've got a lot more mood in the sky, and we've got a lot more contrast through this area. So instead of it just being, quite pale down here, we've now got a good range of values that go from light to dark. Okay, cool, cool.